Good evening, everybody. This is Todd Collins, and here we are. Can't believe it, all the way halfway, I should say, through the month of July. It's the 15th today, and this is sort of our. I have we've been traveling quite a bit lately, so I haven't been on doing a lot of trainings the last couple of weeks. But Julianne and I have been dug in deep during this stretch, doing a lot of learning and growing ourselves. And what we're going to talk tonight about in this training is just to set some expectations going forward and announce a couple of things that are happening to make sure that you guys are all completely in the loop and plugged in. That's our goal here. So as you can see on the slide that's showing on the screen right now, we always talk about, Julianne and I do, we're always trying to fine tune and hone our mission, our vision, and our heartbeat. And as you can see there, our mission is to help people become the best versions of themselves while creating time and financial freedom. That leads right into our vision, which is a worldwide community that leads with integrity, faith, growth, and service. And our heartbeat has five prongs on it. We believe that people should come first. We're always looking at growth as the first thing that we want to do for ourselves, and the people on our team that want to participate in that are growing as well. We do seek to serve generously. And I'll tell you, both of our hearts are very much weighted into the process of trying to find and deliver more things that'll help all of you guys succeed in the business of network marketing, most importantly with Elite, as you're starting out building your new business in this company that we all have had the privilege to join. Number four is we want to dream bigger because we believe that God's created all of us for more, and that if we just kind of stay the way we are and aren't growing, that's not ideal. But most importantly, we want to make sure that that everybody is refusing to settle for less than that God intended them for. And last but not least, we all want to win together. That really is our goal. So we don't build teams, we build people, and we believe that people will build the business. So that is our objective. And we are, again, are the elite travel team Nexus. And you guys are all part of that team. There are other teams underneath this. David and Nicole Querbach have a team. Danny's got a team. Danny Clements has got a team. Bob Reed's got a team. Some of them have names and some of them don't. I'm never looking to usurp your team leadership. I'm looking to just be someone that's here as a resource. And if you guys have a culture that you're creating that fits you great where you are, fantastic. If you're looking for a little bit more from the other people that are in the organization, Julianne and I are going to try and make sure we deliver that on the regular. See if I can make my slides go. Here we go. So this is our weekly team training. And for those of you who are watching this on a replay and those of you who are here live, we just decided last week that we're going to make a very solid commitment to every Wednesday being here and being present at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I know that's a little late for some people on the East Coast, but it's just in time for people to get home on the West Coast from their job. And we do actually have some team members from other countries. Some of them will be always watching on the replay or whatever. But my commitment to you guys is going to be that unless Julianne and I are on a plane in the air and I can't do this call or this Zoom, we're going to be here on the event, or in the event that we do have another commitment that for whatever reason keeps me from being on and doing the training. I've got a couple other people who've put their hand up and said, I'll be willing to do something. We are going to have a couple of instances also where there's other training going on. And when that happens, we're going, like if a Marcusetta thing is happening on a Wednesday night, we're going to default to going and supporting the things that we're doing, that we're driving our team members to. So we'll just have that like instead of this, if that makes sense. And again, we're here to learn, grow, duplicate, and win. So we've got these weekly opportunity meetings that we've set up as well. Elite's doing a great job right now. Every Monday through Friday, it should say two ways to join 6 days a week. That's an error on the slide there. Sorry about that. It should say Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, hosted by various elite leaders. You can drive your prospects to that presentation 5 days a week. It's very consistent. They've got a schedule that they put out there. Various different leaders, myself included, are going to be doing those presentations at 3 o'clock Monday through Friday. I'm personally going to do one at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. So that will be hosted by either me, Julianne, possibly occasionally I'll throw in David or Nicole Korbach or one of the other leaders on my team. I won't name names because I'll forget somebody and hurt a feeling. I don't intend to do that. But if for some reason we're traveling on a Saturday, that presentation's recorded. For those of you who aren't keep paying attention to the band app, I recorded about a 15-minute video laying out all of the slides. I made slides and then I recorded a voiceover on it. And all you got to do is sit here and push play. It's that easy to share the entire larger video. So again, the sequence is simple. You pique interest with the 3-minute video that Elite's put out. It's a fantastic video. That one's been updated to show the 3 membership options on it. If someone, once you know someone's watched it, you've got a commitment from them, maybe an hour later after you sent the video, call them, ask one question. What did you like best about what you saw? Don't ask questions like, what did you think about the video? Or do you have any questions? You ask a specific question, and that again is, what did you like best about the video? What was it that piqued your interest the most about that video? Get them to say something specific so you can open that dialogue. The second step is you're going to try and drive them onto one of these meetings that I have on the screen right now. The Monday through Friday with someone from Elite at 3, or the Saturday with me at 2. I don't care which one you send them to. Maybe send them to multiple ones. After they've seen that presentation, or if they don't want or have the ability to hop on that, you can then send them the 15-minute video that I did. About 3 or 4 days ago, Julianne actually hopped on and she recorded the female version of that exact same talk track. So it's in her cute little Southern accent. Some people really love listening to guys talk. Some people love listening to women talk. So we've got both options now. So anyway, that's where you can bring your guests. We'll do the presentation. I've said this multiple times. Everybody that's on here right now listening on the recording, it is really important that you use third-party validation and other people to help you build your business. If you try and do it all, you're going to bump into barriers. We'll talk about those on another call. So I like the phrase, play stupid until you're making about $10,000 a month. I think that's good advice. I've taken it in the past. I'm taking it again now. And I'm leaning into Jake Kevorkian and DJ and Alex Morton and some of the other leaders. You guys can do the same thing. If you've got a big group you want a presentation to outside of these times, we set one up last night for David and Nicole Korbach, and we can do those. You just need to let me know when you've got a group of people that would like to meet, and I'm going to make myself as available as I possibly can to handle those calls for you guys and do great presentations and do my best to help those people get enrolled in your team. Now, coming soon, real soon, Danny Clements has been working his tail off. If he comes off mute, I'll let him talk if he wants to. He's in the middle of something else right now. He may not be able to. But in short, he came up with a concept called Project X. And as you can see here on the little trailer that I've got, we're introducing the Project X video, teaser video, the little, I don't know if they even call that, a promo video tonight. And we're going to ask you guys to pay close attention to this because coming up in a couple more slides, we're going to be talking about the big picture of what Project X is. Danny's working on that slide deck right now. So one project, one team, one goal. The future starts right here for all of us that are in the elite team that are underneath in any fashion the team Nexus that we are, that Julianne and I are. So what we're going to do is watch this video together real quick.
Every family carries a dream. A place they've imagined, a memory waiting to be created. Because the greatest moments aren't purchased, they're lived. More time, more experiences, more moments together. But dreams don't become reality by accident. 180 days, 5,000 families, one mission. Every conversation creates another opportunity. Every opportunity creates another story.
There you have it. Very excited about this. Danny, as I said, is working on a much lengthier slide deck that's going to break down all of the action items and what we're going to do together. But here it is, guys. Project X official launch. Coming up, there's two opportunities to hear everything about this live. Friday, July 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturday, July 18th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. For clarity purposes, this is the same exact meeting, 2 different days. You don't need to come to both. You absolutely can. Matter of fact, it might be a great idea to come on the 17th and then call everybody you know that you've been thinking about prospecting or have been prospecting and say, guys, we're doing something that is way outside the norm here. Our team is committed to some massive growth. You need to see what we're doing, and maybe you want to become a part of it and get them with you on that July 18th call. Again, 2 p.m. on the 18th Eastern Time. So we've got a new vision, a new direction, new possibilities. And with Danny's unbelievable amount of work that he's put into just making those little videos, guys, is a very long process. And the one that he's doing that we're going to present on Friday and Saturday is going to be much more in depth and very exciting. I am stoked about this. Can you guys comprehend what 5,000 members would look like for our team to plug in? And again, all of you that are on this call have been in this business with Elite for less than 4 months. We're still as new of a company as you could possibly be. The opportunity is endless that's in front of us. And if we can all band together right now and move in the same direction, I'm confident that in the next 6 months, we can hit that 5,000 family objective. All right, let's talk about our coaching team. I've mentioned a couple different times that Julianne and I have hired a few different coaching companies to do a few different things. Many of you are already familiar with Mark Aceta. He's spoken at many of the elite events that have happened already. He's doing a coaching. Oops, hang on a minute, I got somebody off mute. He has been doing coaching with a bunch of us actually through what's known as his acceleration. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Mark is, bar none, the world's #1 network marketing coach and trainer. He is agnostic when it comes to a company. He doesn't build a business any longer in network marketing because he feels that it would be wrong to be coaching elite members and showing how great he is and what he does and how he does it and giving away all the secrets that he does while he's got his feet planted in another company. And somebody may say, well, wow, that Todd Collins guy, he's not nearly as dynamic as Mark Aceta. Maybe I want to reach out to him and join Mark's company and Mark's team because maybe Mark is going to do more for me than Todd would. That may or may not be true, but Mark made the decision to not do that. I think that's very admirable, he's very, very transparent about that. I think that's fantastic. If you're looking to drive your business to the next level, or if you're brand new to this business and you've never done anything in network marketing before, this is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to start seeing what can be. Middle of the page there is Brian Fryer and Rob Sperry. They've got a company called the Icon Mastermind. We had the privilege of meeting Brian Fryer, Coach Brian Fryer. He's a retired pro baseball player. My brain wouldn't click on how to say that word. And Brian and I met at the at the ANMP, the Association of Network Marketing Professionals, back, I forget when that was, May or June. Immediately liked what he had to talk about because their expertise, as it says on the screen, is building your cold market, social media strategies, lead generation, systems and automation, scaling and growth. And I just think all five of those things are super important. So you've got Mark Aceta teaching you the basics of network marketing, the how to peak interest, share, how to build a business the right way, belly to belly, and all of that with your warm market, the people that you know and the people that they know. Bob Reed's been teaching that success system for quite a while. I have as well. It works. David and Nicole Querbacher are a great example of that. They just keep doing that day in and day out relentlessly, and they've built massive organizations over and over and over again. So when I looked at Brian and Rob, with their niche at trying to find a way to get to that cold market and start having leads that are through attraction marketing coming to you. Um, that's just a great augmentation to what Mark and Bob and I and everybody else has been teaching for quite a while about how to build a network marketing business. Then we got our Forbes Riley. Many of you may have never heard that name before. She actually is the number one voice of, I can't remember if it was Home Shopping Network or one of those type things, ASN, whatever it was. And she has sold, I think it's over $2 billion in product by pitching perfectly. And she has a book that Mark Aceta referred me to called The Perfect Pitch. And I'm in the middle of reading that book right now. And inside of that, there's a QR code to learn more about Forbes and what she does. Julianne and I hopped on a training call that she did, a promotional training call, learned a little bit about some of the things that she focuses on. And these are simple things, how to look real good behind you. I got some stuff back there she critiqued, we got to fix. But making sure that your online presence is the way it should be, that your elevator pitch is right, that you've got something in 30 seconds or less that will grab hold of somebody, all the things not to say. That's something that Forbes is doing. And Julianne and I think it's next Monday or Tuesday, something like that. We start our coaching process one on one with her. We've already been in a couple group sessions with people on her team. All three of these guys are these coaching companies, Forbes, the Icon, and Mark Aceta's group, are all fantastic. Julianne and I are paying an exorbitant amount of money to be coached by all three of these people. And my goal is not for you guys to not be coached by Mark or not be coached by Forbes or whatever. If you want to go do that, by all means, get your checkbook out, credit card, set it on fire like we did, whatever you need to do. But we want to make sure that we're absorbing the things that they're teaching us, and on these Wednesday night calls, bringing that back to you guys for free. And it'll just be value added that Julianne and I want to do. And then we've got Mark Aceta coming up again. This is 5 secrets that top earners use to rank up on repeat. It's called Your Next Rank Code is the free training. That will be this Sunday, July 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to marcaceta.com to register for that. There's also a link in the Band app if you want to go there and just click that link to go register it for it. It is a free event. And I will tell you guys, I've already heard quite a bit of what Mark does on that particular call. It is invaluable, especially when you're not paying for it. I think you would be making a mistake if you don't find time Sunday night to be present on that call or that Zoom. Then there's also a second event for Mark Aceta. I mentioned before that a bunch of us did the acceleration event that he did in June. It was a 3-day live event. It goes from 7 to 10 o'clock. It is 9 hours of Mark Aceta. And this guy charges over $1,000 an hour to speak in groups and $10,000 an hour, I believe he says, to speak privately, one on one. So you guys, this event is under $100. I think that right now, if I'm not mistaken, you can still get the early bird price on his website of $49 for this 3-day event. Julianne and I, the Quarterbacks, I believe Danny was on there, Ron Kitchens, several people. I can't see everybody that's in here right now. We're at that event. I talked to almost every one of the team members. I think we had 20 something team members there in total. Every one of us took a very good swift kick in the tail from that, and we're moving forward with the things that Mark taught us. Some very basic stuff in there, but some very deep stuff as well. I'm going to highly recommend, again, whether you're brand new in the business or you've been doing this now for 40 years like Bob Reed has, it is never going to be a bad use of your time to hear from the industry's number one expert, again, that coaches network marketing people to success. Also, I've created a couple calendars here. I know we all like the like the Band app calendars, but for my visual needs, I needed to kind of put this all in a way that I can see it a little bit better to really know what's going on. So you'll notice there, 17th and 18th are coming up, Project X. I have every one of those elite presentations across the board stretched out there Monday through Friday with the elite group leadership, and then the ones on Saturday that I'm going to do. And then over on the 19th and 26th, there's the Elite Masterclass every Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern. There is an Elite Masterclass that they put on. That's elitezoom.com. That is also in the band app. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this Sunday, guys, our very own Bob Reed is going to be the host of that. I think we should all do our best to turn out and support Bob for that event. Make sure you're inviting your team members there. Again, he's a legend in the industry. And Jake's asked him to do this one. He's asked me to do one in the future. And other leaders I know have been tapped as well as they're trying to fill up the calendar with great content and different perspectives on things. I think that's great that the leadership at Elite's going, hey, we're going to step back and let the people that are out there in the field right now doing good things take the reins and run. And then, as you can see, every Wednesday night at 8:30 is this meeting that we're on right now. So that's the calendar for July. I started it with today because what happened yesterday and before doesn't matter to me. But I also threw an August calendar together. The big one to note here is that the Marcusetta acceleration training. Actually, let me back up. I think I said this, but I want to make sure I didn't forget. The next rank code is this Sunday, the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Back here now, we got Marcusetta 7 p.m. Eastern time, and everything else on the calendar is pretty much static from week to week going forward. As you can see, I've got my calls on here. This is wrong. I just realized that this stupid AI that I was working with, which is actually a great tool, I shouldn't call it stupid. She's smarter than me, I think. She put the elite presentation on at 3 o'clock. That is supposed to say the 4 o'clock elite masterclass. I'll fix that and I'll post these two calendars up in the band app as well. Moving right along. What is our focus as a team? It is the simplest thing I have ever seen in my life. We have this incredible opportunity no matter what membership type we came at. And I think most people here are platinum because we all realize that you get the most benefits on the platinum membership. So we came in at the $250 upfront fee, and then it's $175 a month after that. The get four, pay no more is simple. If we can talk four people to help four families get enrolled underneath us at the same membership level that we have or higher, your monthly membership is waived. So for customers who are just paying the 175 a month, if you go get four people, and again, you're just showing the video, getting them on a call, one of the ones that Elite's doing or I'm doing during the week, or a one-on-one with me or David Querback or anybody. All the people on this team are happy to help you with three-way calls. Let us do the patting us on the back and validating us and making sure that your person knows that the person you're getting them on a phone with is an expert in the industry, an expert with this travel platform. And then it's our job to make sure that that person understands the value of the membership and get them enrolled. But guys, if we get those four, that $175 membership fee goes away. And I'm going to tell you, this is probably the easiest thing I've ever heard and to comprehend. If you join a travel membership where you get to go on one free trip every 12 months when you have keep your membership active for those 12 months, and now you're not paying for it, no one is ever going to quit that business. So our focus and your focus needs to be everybody that you bring in the first 30 days, if at all possible, but by the 60th day at the latest, making sure that they've written the list, they've attended the things, they're bringing people to the table, they're sharing the peak interest video so that we can get them to four and pay no more. And then we just go to those four people and we do the same thing all over again. Because guys, every one of, let's again say that it's a platinum member that joined for the $250, you can get their money back with the fast start bonus, which is $50 a piece for every platinum membership that they enroll. So they get their four, they've already got $200 back, and they're no longer paying going forward. One more person gets them flush. The 250 fee is completely covered by five members at $50 a pop. And then the sixth member, the membership starts paying them because it's six members, three on your left and three on your right, structured properly. You're actually going to start making $250 every 4 weeks. This is a no-brainer. It is the no-brainer of all time, in my personal opinion. So we're going to all focus on the get four and pay no more and get that monthly membership waived for ourselves. And then we're going to help the people that we enroll do the exact same thing. So guys, this is just the beginning. Our journey, our future, and our freedom is all right in front of us. We have a great opportunity to travel, have a lot of fun together as a team. Again, we're Team Nexus. I kind of been messing with the logo a little bit. You guys haven't seen that one before tonight, but We want to make sure that we're all together on this team. We're sticking together, stay connected, take massive action, grow and duplicate, and then let's live our best life together, guys. I know for those of us that attended the Jamaica event, and there's several people that I can see on the screen right now who were there. That was the first time I've publicly interacted with many, in person, I should say, interacted with many of you. And those relationships that got forged there that we're going to continue to build upon with other traincations and other elite getaways and other corporate events, Super Saturdays, etc. All of that is something that you guys are going to want to be a part of. It's a great culture, and we're going to have a lot of fun here. So, one more quick point of note. I'm not going to steal any thunder, but I am going to tell you that if you're in this business to build a business, you're here because you're looking to achieve that next rank. That Nexus journey, I'm sorry, the Nexus journey, the Project X that we're talking about is an unbelievable opportunity to ride with all of us in that direction. But what I want you to be aware of is we're going to start doing our own team functions. The first one is going to be on October 3rd. And I'm not going to tell you where or when, but block off the 2nd to the 4th somewhere on your calendar so that you can attend in person if you want to. We'll probably try and find a way to have people that need to Zoom in for whatever reason that can do that. We'll talk more on that later. But we want to make sure that everybody on this team is running the same race with us because we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to build something completely epic here. All right, with that, we're going to go to a Q&A here for the rest of the evening. I'll answer questions until the 9:30 hour, so that gives us a half an hour for those of you who got to dip and go. I told you I'd try and keep these as short as possible, but I'd like to answer any questions that any of you may have at this point. And again, as it says on the screen there, every great journey begins with a great question. I am of the opinion that there is something called a stupid question because I don't know if an unintelligent person asks a question if it cannot be an unintelligent question. But I want all the questions to come tonight because I'm telling you guys that when I was brand new in the business, I had a lot of those dumb questions and I didn't ask them. And it wasn't until somebody else, weeks later, months later, in some cases, and a couple times never, asked the question that I had. Once I understood the answer, I was like, man, if I would have known that a few months back. So the first thing I'm going to do before I open the mic up here and let you guys ask me any questions is I'm going to give you, from all the coaching that we had this week, one of the biggest takeaways that I had. So what I'd like you guys to do, I don't know if you can all hit the chat at this point in time, but if you can, I'd like you to either come off mute and just say the number, or better yet, put it in the chat if you can. How many no's do you think you've heard since the day you started in network marketing? How many people did you prospect that said no? If you're brand new, maybe you've talked to 5 people, maybe you got 4 no's and one, I'll think about it. So put 4 no's in there. If you're like me or David Korbach and you've been in this, Ron Kitchen, you've been in this business for a minute, I've heard hundreds. Actually, I've probably heard thousands of no's at this point in time. So Danny and Tiffany say over 200 plus. Great. So everybody else, wave hand something, had a lot of no's, right? What we found is that those no's, Ron Kitchen says hundreds, those no's have a very, very awesome opportunity laying underneath them that I never thought about before. And maybe I should have. Maybe you already have. I'm not claiming to be a genius here. One of our coaches told me this, Anthony Graber, hundreds, David and Nicole Korbach, 10x the years. 10 times the yeses. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. 10 times the yeses. And I know they've had a lot of yeses. So if they had 10 times that of no's, that's 1,000 no's or more probably for them as well every year. So what I'd like to do is just share a little nugget. And that is, if everyone that tells you no can be converted into someone who cares enough about you to help you prospect, you can turn those no's into a whole bunch of potential yeses. At a bare minimum, into a whole bunch of other people to talk to. So Danny's right on top of me in the presentation screen right now. So if I'm prospecting Danny and Danny says, you know what, Todd, no, I'm not interested in this. And I say, is it no? Not, is it no? Is it not no now or no period? And Danny says, it's just no right now. Or whatever he says, it doesn't matter. And I can say, you know what, Danny, I can completely appreciate that and thank you for being so candid with me. But Danny, what I'd like you to understand is this business that I'm in means the world to me and my family. And what we're trying to do is help as many people as we possibly can find time and financial freedom. And Danny, what I think it would be awesome if we could do together is just you let me know who in your sphere of influence do you know that's very influential, that's looking for a side hustle, somebody that already travels a lot. If you could let me know who those people are, I'll be more than happy to talk to them and get them enrolled in Elite. We can see what we can do to help them change their life too, with that time and financial freedom. Danny's probably not going to object to that. But better yet, I can let Danny know that even though you don't think the business is for you, if you can just go ahead and send those people to me, we have two options. One, I can enroll them directly underneath myself. Happy to do that. Happy to build my team with people that you know that are like-minded. But Danny, you know what? If you'd like to get enrolled and just become a customer right now, I'll be every one that you send me, I'll put them underneath you as we build the organization together. So that was a big takeaway for me because and Mark, it was actually Mark Aceta that said this. He didn't even think about this until he'd had, I think, Julianne, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think he said he'd had a couple thousand no's at that point. And he went, wow, if I could just go back and have that opportunity over again, because he's telling us now that he's taking those no's and converting them into dozens and dozens of new people that are in his organization. Ron Kitchen says having a notebook with names that transfers from month to month until a complete no, that helps. Amen to that, sir. All right, Danny's got his hand up. Danny, why don't you come off mute and tell me whatever you got?
So on the, can you hear me okay?
Hmm.
On
Perfect.
the, um, before we switched over to the new membership, in the floor pay no more, customers, when they came in, could enroll three people themselves, or
Yep.
refer them. They can enroll them and they can get their membership waived,
Correct.
membership fee waived. Is that still a thing, or is it for no more is taking the place? Can customers still get their membership waived if they're not
Whatever day
affiliates?
that, yeah, good question. Whatever day they announced that, I think it was on June 2nd. June 2nd going forward, every new member is subject to the rules of the comp plan, which are the get for and pay no more. For those of you who were joined before that, my understanding is that everything that we joined under, they're gonna have they're gonna honor those. So, Danny, I know you joined way before that. My understanding is if you get your three, then that should happen. But if you
And the
want,
same
huh?
thing for, so new customers that come in that are just customers, not affiliates, they can still refer four people and still get their membership waived as a customer, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The get form pay no more works for both. So again, if you've come in as a customer, let's just use the platinum membership. You're paying $175 a month. You get four. You're paying nothing now. As an affiliate, someone like myself and Danny and the Core Box that are building a business, you're paying 175 plus the $17 for the IBO, which is your ability to participate in the compensation plan. So when I got my pay no more, I got my Ford to pay no more. I still pay the $17 every month to be able to participate. Say I have a business and get the tax benefits that go with it and all of those things. Okay, so it applies to both, but the customer would have no expense going forward as long as they had four active members at their rank or higher. And with the business builder or the affiliate tag on there, you'll just be paying $17 a month going forward. Good question. Danny says thumbs up. All right, anybody else want to come off mute and ask me something? I guess I can stop sharing my slide deck now. I can figure out where there it is. Stop share. All right. I don't see anybody else off mute. Julianne, you got anything you want to add?
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button.
No worries.
Nope, you did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm not so sure though that the Marcus set us pricing is the same. I feel like yesterday was the last day of those
I
prices.
I agree with you. He's been saying that, but I pulled it up on his website today and it still shows early bird pricing $49. So they haven't
Okay.
cut that off yet. That is a good point. I'm glad you said that actually, Julianne. The the prices are going up. So Mark has been only charging $49 for that 3-day event for a while, I think since back in the early spring. He's sunsetting that and it's going to $97 or something for that course, which is still ridiculous. It's $10 an hour, $10.20 or whatever an hour that you're paying for access to the legend in this industry, like the number one trainer of all time in network marketing. So Ron had told me, I believe, when we were in Jamaica, Ron Kitchens elbowed me and said, "This guy is the real deal." I I have been so impressed with what he teaches, how he teaches, the energy level that he brings. He is hysterical. Danny and I, the other day, while he was doing a training, we're texting each other back and forth, just like cracking up at the stuff he says. But it makes it stick. He's got just such a great way of getting those things to plop into your head and stay there. All right. Anybody else got a question or comment? Going once, going twice.
Hey,
All right.
Todd,
Yep.
maybe this is elementary here, but if you'd be so kind, maybe if you're willing to share your screen one more time. But those I try to make a habit of with a lot of my customers, especially when I see them traveling, um, reminding them of their benefits that I feel like they're overlooking. And that question I sent you today was more so for a customer because I know they got two trips they're taking back to back. I just reminded them about the airport lounges, and I think that's probably something that a lot of us aren't accessing or know that we have access to. Thought maybe
Yeah,
you could share that your screen and show everybody how to access that.
I can do that. Give me 2 seconds here. I gotta log in real fast. Give me a moment. That. I'm spinning. Bear with me momentarily. Ron Kitchens is looking forward to the view from the edge. You'll never be the same. Mention date, please. I don't know the dates in view from the edge off the top of my head, Ron. If you've got those, you can let me know and I will mention it, but I don't have that handy. I think Julianne and I are going to try and make that happen. I'm just spinning for some reason at the moment. I don't know what's going on here with my login. Huh. Let me try one more time. That's really weird. Oh, there it goes. I got it. All right. Let me share my screen again here. All right. So, Danny or Julianne or somebody, can you confirm you're seeing my screen? Thank you. So, you're going to go to your travel portal. And then down here are the different member benefits that we have. There's one right here called Airport Lounges. All right. And as you can see here, you can experience over 1,400 lounges. I believe it's always $37 per person to get in. And you're going to do a search for lounges. And I'm going to show you guys what we did when we were in Jamaica. I did a new search and I put in here that I was in Jamaica. We were in Montego and then you hit submit. Then you're going to see here that you got an option for a departure or an arrival. So you can actually stay in these coming or going, depending on your personal preference. Sometimes when Julianne and I land back in Charlotte, it's late at night. We can run over to the lounge, stuff our face with some food, get a beverage, have a cocktail, sit there and twiddle our thumbs for an hour, go down and pick up our luggage and head home. So we have a minute to kind of decompress without having to try and find food in the airport or whatever. So you can do either the departure or the arrival. So let's just say that you want to do departure. You would hit view here. There's the little lounge, gives you all the details on that, and you would do purchase access. You're allowed up to 3 hours, that says right there. You hit purchase access button, and that's going to take you to a place where you can actually put your credit card in and buy it. Once you've bought it, now you have to be able to redeem it. So you go back in your portal, either on your phone, your iPad, or whatever, into your My Passes. And you can see right here, we have 2 passes available for use. I think they're good for a year. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's accurate, though. But what I would do if I was standing, if we're getting ready to walk into that Jamaica airport, by the way, I can use these passes anywhere as long as the place is on our list, right? So if we travel next month to Punta Cana and I want to stay at the thing in Punta Cana, I can go in here and click on Punta Cana. If it comes up that it's valid, my pass will work in that particular airport. Okay. So you're going to click, I'm not going to do it, but you would click this check in now button. The code's valid for 10 minutes. So right before you're going to step up to the desk, hit that button, get your code, and you walk up, you scan that. They say, "Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Collins. Have a wonderful day." Whatever access you get at that point in time, you're in. It's that simple. Great question, Danny. That's one I've never trained on before. I didn't even know how to do it. First time we bought the passes, which is why we still have two. We got to the desk. I had no idea how to use it. We just ended up paying $37 and got in. So now I've got $37 two times. It's sitting in the back office to use at a later date. So anybody else have any, while I have my elite membership up here, does anybody else have any questions relating to our member benefits, how to use them, how to find things, how to get out of here? There we go. We've used many hotels, guys. I'm going to just talk about this real quick. Julianne had a problem with a tooth. She had a cap put on it last year. It got infected underneath that, and her tooth and the bone was all messed up. And she found a crap, I forget. What do you call that dentist, babe?
Biological dentist.
Biological dentist, which they don't like pulling teeth and doing root canals and all those things. They're going to try and help you save your tooth. So without getting into the details of what the treatment plan was, she has to go 2 times a week for 6 weeks. It's 2 hours away. So what we do is she schedules the appointment for early afternoon on a Monday and early morning on a Tuesday, and we drive up to Charlotte and we get the work done. We stay overnight, enjoy the pool, have some dinner or whatever at the restaurant or at the hotel, and then go to her second appointment and drive home. Too easy. But that's a lot of gas to go back and forth twice. So I hopped on here and we've stayed at the same hotel 3 times now. We're going to stay again at it next week because it's in our portal. So what we did is we went in here and we hit Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're let's do this for Monday. Like I need to book one. Maybe I'll just do it right now. So Monday is Monday and Tuesday, babe.
Yes.
Okay. Monday and Tuesday. We're gonna check out on Monday, check in on Monday, check out on Tuesday. We need one room, hit search. So it comes up with all the options and it defaults in your membership to the highest discount. Okay. And while that little bar is still going, it's still loading stuff in there. But right there, Radisson Hotel Charlotte Airport, 42% off. Normally it's $105.93 a night for their basic room. It's $60.99, 71 with all the fees included. The only thing that's not included in that is parking. Okay, so you might end up getting we had a $15 parking fee. So anyway, the room that we stayed in, I don't know if it's going to pop up on here or not. It was not Comfort. What was that one called, babe?
There is a Hilton.
That's right. It was a Hilton. I don't see it on here tonight. Uh, but the Hilton was $160 or something a night. We got 2 nights last week. We actually flew in, stayed overnight, had her treatment in the morning, stayed overnight, had her treatment the next day, and drove home. So we needed 2 nights. Booked it sitting in the airport, like exit. We're driving out of the airport. I said, I don't want to drive all the way home. It's 11 o'clock, 11:30. I'm tired. We just got to get up and drive back here tomorrow anyway. So I pulled it up real quick. What it ended up being,
It's like $72 a night.
$71 and some loose change a night for 2 nights. And I can't drive back and forth 2 hours each way in my truck. It's a gas guzzler for what that room cost me for the 2 nights that we were there. Super great hotel. They actually, by the way, when you get there, you can just let them know that you'd love to have an opportunity to be upgraded. They took us from our king room, threw us in a king suite, corner view, right over the pool. It was great. So this membership has paid for itself almost every month for us, just in these little one night here, one night there things. And then you start looking at some of the elite weeks and other benefits that are there. It's just a fantastic membership. I can't even remotely say enough good things about it. All right. I was going once, going twice, going 3 times. You got something else to say, Julianne?
Yeah, I found the dates for a view from the edge. It's November 13th through the 15th. But I can't find where it is. It doesn't really say, and maybe it does. I've been scrolling through this whole time trying to find the actual place that they hold it, but I'm not seeing
I
that.
believe it's Dallas, and I'm actually I just Googled that, and it
Okay.
says November. Wait, that was for November 15th. I lied, for 2015. I mean, I think he does these in Texas on the regular though.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll get that out to you guys soon. I would highly recommend, if you have not already, it's August 4th, 5th, and 6th is the next acceleration. We will be there. I'm encourage you guys to be there. And we're driving. Here's our focus for the next these 180 days that Danny has got this Project X on the radar for us. We're gonna do two things. We're having a monthly meeting in our house that is actually not a meeting. We call it a family gathering, friends and family. And last month we did tacos, tadaritas, which is a margarita that I make, and a terrific company. This month is the reds, whites, and brews. So red wines, white wines, and brewskis. And we've invited like 34 people to come to our house. I think we got like 15, 16 RSVPs at this point. Um, and our goal is not to use that for prospecting, but the invitation, the little flyer that we made, actually says at the bottom of it, as a bonus, everybody wants to know how we're traveling and doing it so inexpensively. We'll spend 10 to 15 minutes talking about that for anybody that's interested. If you travel's on your bucket list, you're going to want to stick around for that. If you're interested in seeing the flyers that we put together for these, I'll be happy to share them. I don't have one handy, I don't think, that I can share my computer screen. They're all on my phone or my iPad. But we just used ChatGPT AI to help us create those. We're having another one, which is in August. It's grilling and chilling, and then it's oh crap, I forgot the punchline on it. But it's all around the concept
Peaches.
of peaches. So we'll do a little peach um, bourbon drink, maybe a peach orchard beer, some peach tea, and then we're having peach cobbler for dessert. And I'm probably going to find some type of brisket or something to do. And we'll throw some peach barbecue sauce on that. So we'll throw some bags in our backyard, or you guys call it cornhole down here in the South. So these events, we're building from event to event here locally, something Julianne and I've never done before. We've never had a home meeting. I've done a training just about every week since we joined the last network marketing company from my house. But we're gonna build these week to week. We're gonna do once a month in our home with our local people that are trying to get involved and build. And then, because I learned that from the Core Box, that's what they do. They partied their way to the top, and if they can do it, I can do it. For crying out loud. But the Marcasetta events are roughly every 6 weeks, these accelerations. So from our event, we're driving people into acceleration. We had 20 people at the last acceleration. Julianne and I are going to do our best to get. So I had 10, and the core box had 10, and a couple other people from our team randomly joined one off. That's great. But the 10 that we brought last time, some of them joined, some of them didn't. So what? Who cares, as Mark says? I say, so what? But the the next event that he's going to have, we're going to try and bring 20 people to that event, and half of them I want to be prospects. I want you to take a look at what the world of network marketing could look like if you got into it, and you're going to learn the right things from right out of the gate from the industry leader. You don't have to learn what I didn't learn the hard way, what I did learn the hard way. You don't have to learn like Danny learned the hard way. You can come in and right out of the gate get fed water through a fire hose from Marcasetta, which is never going to hurt anybody that's trying to learn how to build a business. And then we're going to layer on top of that, as part of our team, the Forbes factor, which is the Forbes Riley and the Pitch Perfect, or the Perfect Pitch, whatever she calls it. That's a movie, I think. And then we've got our Icon Mastermind group that's going to layer in how to get your attraction marketing for your cold market. He's got, what did he say today on our call, Julianne? That he's got a couple people that are enrolling 100 people a month that they've never met, that were not friends or family on Facebook or Instagram. They're cold market people that are responding back to them saying, I want to know more about that thing you're talking about,
You're talking
right?
about Britt and Molly on Instagram?
There was a couple different people he threw out today that as references. By the way, he did a training last night. It was an intensive, I guess. I think, was that what he called it? An intensive?
Masterclass.
Yeah, masterclass. Thank you. That was Coach Brian Fryer. He's one of the two that owns this company. If you attended that, I know a couple of you were on that last night. You probably realize pretty quick that they're trying to move you into somehow having a coaching relationship with you. If you have the financial wherewithal to do that, you do it. I'm going to highly encourage that. Matter of fact, we're supposed to enroll somebody today. I didn't hear from her yet, but I know she's going to enroll. That came from the very first post that Brian told me to put on my wall. I ended up with, I think, 12 people made a comment on that post. I engaged in conversations with them. I'm not going to spill the whole beans. Next Wednesday, I'll talk about this a little more detail. But I think I ended up with 7 or 8 on the phone appointments with those people who wanted to learn more about what we're doing. I had never told them we're in travel, never told them that we're in network marketing. Just I'd like to talk to you about why you responded to. And again, I'm going to give you the tips on this. But uh, 2 of those people, one is very interested in enrolling right now, and another one just said, I just got to save the money so I can afford the $250 thing. So I'll take those odds. It's 2 people that out of 8 or 9 or 7 or 8 phone calls out of 10 or 12 people that responded to one post, the very first one I ever made. Matter of fact, we posted one for Julianne a couple weeks ago, and that particular post now has 175,000 views, thousands of likes, dozens of shares. Every one of those people that liked it or shared it is a prospect. And we're going to teach you guys how to do that. So if you can afford to, like, I think last night Brian was setting up individual calls. You get on there. He's going to talk to you about who you are, what you're doing, what you're earning, what you want to do. He's got a program. I don't even know what it is because we bought the whole bells and whistles program from them. And they're going to try and help you learn how to do attraction marketing in your cold market on social media. For those of you who can't afford it and you're okay taking the Kmart version, Walmart version of Coach Brian Fire, Coach Todd Collins is going to do his best to take everything in, Julianne and I will, that he's teaching us, and we're going to bring the high points to you guys. It might not be as in-depth and perfect, but I promise you already, I can give you the basics of what you need to do with attraction marketing. Danny said, how much is it? I don't know. It wasn't mentioned on the call, and we didn't find Coach Fryer and Rob Sperry this way. We went through a different avenue, and we knew right out of the gate we're going to pay all the money we can to these 2 for a year's worth of coaching because we know they're going to help you guys succeed, and it was worth the ticket for us. So I don't know, sorry. But get on your call. I'm sure he will tell you. And again, if you can afford to do it, if you can't, then just say, hey, you know what, I can't. He's not going to be mad. And then just reach back out to me and say, Todd, I definitely want to do this attraction marketing thing that you and Julianne can teach us. And Julianne just got done with 2 years under Sam, learning the Sam Hind, who is another attraction marketing coach. And Julianne was coached by her for almost 2 years. So between the 2 of us, I think we got it. We're going to be able to deliver a pretty good regurgitation of this anyway. And then last but not least, we leave on the 24th or 5th, I forget which, of July. We're going out to Bullhead City, Nevada, with this Icon Mastermind group. It's a 4-day, like, when I say water through a fire hose, I think that's probably an understatement. We are going to go down to that Wednesday. I won't be, I think there's a Wednesday in there. I won't be here if that's the case, but we're going to come back with pages and pages and pages of notes and new material to bring to you guys from that event. So, get yourself, as I always say, buckle your seatbelt, get your helmet on, hands and feet inside the vehicle. This is going to be a wild ride. We're going on it together. And with that, it's 9:30. I don't want to keep you guys here any longer. Thank you so much for coming. If anybody else wants to come up mute and say something on the way out the door, please do. I'm kind of bummed that Bob wasn't here tonight. I think he must have got a wire crossed or something because he said he had a couple things he wanted to share. But we'll catch him next week. Good night. Thank you for being here.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
Great Zoom. Great Zoom. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks, Armina.
It was awesome.
What, Danny?
I said, appreciate y'all.
Oh,
Thank you.
Appreciate you too.
Thanks,
It was
guys.
awesome. It was awesome.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ron.
We
Thanks,
appreciate
Ron.
y'all so
Appreciate you.
much.
Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.